One, two. Where we at? Riders DG, what up? Glad you're up. You're joining me. Might just be us too, bro. Yeah, actually, the smoke over on this side of town has cleared. I don't want to say cleared up. It's never really clear out here, but it's not as smoky as yesterday. You can still smell it. And yeah, we're going to get into some of that tonight. Just going to pause this music here. And I got to get better at dropping the intros. I think this time you're going to get another little snippet of me first. And then I do the countdown and then drop my intro. So I'm not quite there yet. And it's funny when you catch me there, I'm kind of like setting things up. So I'm kind of like just staring. That's what I imagine I looked like. The last time it was like a quick little snippet. Almost had it. It's like dropping records. You gotta, be on cue. Let's see here. Who's Desi? Yeah, so the talk around here is the fires, and I'm sure you're probably hearing about it over your way, D. And there's been several other fires that have popped up tonight. Some pretty close by. I mentioned one earlier, the Runyon Canyon fire. We used to call that spot Fuller Park. Oh, right on. Salute to the Queen. And then there was another fire. This one, I believe, might be contained now. I don't know what the status is. We'll take a look. And that one was in Studio City, California. So, and then we got word of possible fires downtown LA as well. So I don't know what all these fires are starting to pop up, but it is something people are questioning, and we'll kind of kick the ball around tonight. And then Derek here saying he got some intel on the Cali fires. I'll wait till a little later in the stream. Right on. Yeah. So off the bat, earlier I was talking about I seen this Instagram that was sent to me, and this guy was kind of breaking down certain things. And one of the first things he got into was the spraying in the skies and the trails, the sea trails. And off the bat, that got my attention because it's something that I've been focusing on too. And it's crazy out here. I'm sure you've seen it in the videos, and it's probably happening in your town as well. If you're looking up, you'll probably notice it. And it's like, yeah, well, what do we do about it? I know there's movements that have been around a long time. I've never really gotten into it that deep, but yeah, I like to listen to John Graff on YouTube. He's always documenting and posting videos. Goes John Graff. I think it's JONGRAFF. And if not, try at the Spit Mitt. And he's out in these areas always recording and doing wonderful commentary. And yeah, that reminds me, I got a little clip here we could check out. And actually, this clip, we're going to focus on the skies. Here's some sirens in the back. Train just went by. We might catch the next one. Latch. Salute, brudden. Salute, brethren. How you doing, brother? Hope everything's well. I know things have been intense, and it's good to hear from you. Kind of mix brethren and brother at the same time there. So yeah, we're gonna peep out this quick little video here, and I think there's a possible anomaloon. I started recording because I noticed this object, which reminds me of a lot of the objects we capture outside of the shop. And let's see. We can load this up. It looks like it's already on there. Yep. So we're going to rewind, run this again. Think the audio should be up on it, and let's go. But yeah, you could already notice all this stuff here. And so the guy on the Instagram was mentioning something about that the past few days were really dry. And I did notice that. I noticed that it just seemed like, yeah, these dry. Remember, I was talking about the weather just a few days ago, and I was like, yeah, talking about it's like this weird desert, cold, hot, like it was just strange to me. And we get that type of stuff out here, but I notice it here and there when things seem a little off or odd. And yeah, see if I can bring it out. And we got one of these objects. I don't know. Could be something anomalous. So that's just a little bonus there on top of what we're looking at. Spraying. Michael E. Burns. Good to see you, bud. It's been a while. Just doing a random late live here. Still practicing on the StreamYard here. And we are looking into other streaming services. Actually, tonight on SOR, they mentioned, oh, yeah, you guys, we got a little flyby there. See that one? That was a fast one. Oop. I know Latchkey caught that. Running it again. Let's see. Ooh. Yeah, there's they mentioned one tonight on the show that I was looking into actually last night as well. It's called Riverside. Riverside, and then you could stream on multiple platforms. So I'm looking into that to be able to do that. Also, we'll run this video again. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on videos that I've seen on OBS, and then heard people commenting on OBS last night saying that, kind of, I don't know, kind of weird sometimes. I guess it acts up. Who's on Rumble streaming? Let's see. Derek over here. They said promoting products. I guess he had on his license makes 0 sense. I'm not sure what they're talking about there in chat, but I'll try to keep up with y'all. But yeah, the spraying was one thing he mentioned. Then he got into smart meters that were supposedly, I guess, blowing up during the Palisades situation. And then he got into the cars that were blocking the road. I guess people got off and just left their cars behind, and roads are being blocked. And there's footage of like bulldozers pushing them out of the way. And he was saying that I guess the Teslas that were in the way had those lithium batteries, and those are really difficult to put out when they're on fire. And yeah, there were several other things that he touched on that was all kind of was relating to the situations here. Oh, Rob, are we talking Rob G? Is he on right now? Is Rob G on? Hope he's feeling better. I feel like my throat wants to try but nope, it's not happening. Can't go that way right now. Can't afford to get sick right now. Like, no, the other Rob. All right. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, he does like shows all day. Super cool. I did catch one the other day, and I did subscribe after I checked out Latchkey's show. That was a good one. So yeah, some interesting points that guy was putting together, and I was gonna try and like check the video out again to elaborate more on it, but I didn't get a chance to do that. I'm gonna take a look at a few. Let's see. So we'll start off with this here. Hopefully, you guys could see that. Let's see. Boom. So there's a little map there. And you could see this is the Palisades fire right in this area. And I don't know what this is up here. I don't know if maybe that's like smoke. You could see this area here. That's all right on the coast. Highway 1 there. Yeah, no problem, man. That was a great interview. Got to know you a little better. And it feels like I know you already, man. There's so many things that we like even earlier today we talked about Runyon Canyon. You're like, oh yeah, I used to walk my dog. It's like, oh man, yeah, we used to go there too. Sure, there's a lot more that we could relate on. And then so over right across this way, you'll see this is where the Eaton fire's at. And that this is Angeles National Forest. See all this green area here. There's Highway 2. And that's where we were recently, where we went up to uh, do that night camp Bigfoot investigation, and where we got the thermal footage, whatever that subject is, and that thermal footage was somewhere up here. So the fire's right down here. There's a bunch of like foothill communities and even communities up in there. So that kind of gives you an idea. And then, like I said, there's several more fires reported. Like there's the Hearst fire also going on. That I guess that's the one in Sylmar, right over here in this area. I almost got this like triangle action, but yeah, this is the big one here. And then yeah, look, a Sunset fire here as well. So that's gonna be the Runyon Canyon one I'm taking. Sunset fire. And then it says updated 6 hours ago. Let's see, boom. So Latchkey Hustle, Ma Dukes lived in Altadena for 30 trip out. Her house burned down last night. Bummer. Oh my God. Yeah, that's terrible news. And hopefully She's somewhere safe now, which I'm sure you're on top of that. And prayers, yeah, prayers to you and your family. That's a tough one. I had a man come by this morning to drop off some papers early this morning. He was yelling, and I figured, yeah, it was for us. I had to jump out. I just had gotten out of the shower, no shirt. I was like, "Who is this guy?" And he was here to give some papers. And so I was there collecting the papers, and he was making small talk about the fires, this and that. And he was telling me his sister had just lost her house as well. So that's just it's terrible to hear. And yeah, it's real. Yeah, I got to take her clothes shopping tomorrow. Right on. That's tough, man. And I love that Altadena area. And I'm always talking about Pasadena, just that foothill area. I feel very attracted to. And yeah, it's just unfortunate that's happening there. And the Eaton fire, there's actually a friend of ours that lives right in that area. And yeah, I always thought very fortunate, that area is super nice, very nice houses up in that spot there. And all around past all those houses around there, just amazing. Those neighborhoods, super nice. And I think she got evacuated yesterday. Hopefully her place is okay. And yeah, I'll try to get an update for you guys on that as well. Who else did I hear? I think I might have heard some other close, you know, stuff like that. People close to me that are hearing to that are affected by the situation. And yeah, it's just a trip. Beginning of the year, here we're gonna check out some of the plumes. That's from the Palisades fire from the shop, view from the shop. And I was just kind of doing some scanning around the smoke to see if I noticed any anomalies. And I didn't on this clip, but gives you an idea. View from East LA. Again, we thought it was a lot closer. My brother, when he first noticed, he sent me a message and said that something was burning on the 5 freeway. Ah, riders, those mofos aren't helping people on real talk. This is all planned. That does come to mind. Yeah, no doubt. Latchkey. And, once again, if there's anything we can do to help out, don't hesitate. We're here. That goes for anyone else out there that, Heidi Pop. Yep. That was another thing. Yeah, that was on that, I believe, on that Instagram that I was talking about, was the whole insurance thing. So Woo Riders, 2 days before 2 days before first started, people's homeowners insurance got dropped out of there in California. Same thing as in North Carolina. I try to read that as best as possible. But I think, yeah, I get what you're talking about, and I have heard about that, and that's like, come on. It's like a red flag, I think. We've seen stuff like this happen before, and it just makes you wonder, like, what really is going on here. Let's see here. think I got this in order.
And sister,
Years.
yeah, you sent me that year here with the queen.
This is actually some footage
Sister Barbie.
from Eaton Canyon.
Rising.
My sister and I
Taking a
recently
hike
went.
today.
I think it was last year, was it?
Eaton Canyon. It's the base of the, or you could say the foothills of
And Latchkey Hustle,
San
you may be
Gabriel
right.
Mountains,
He had a
Angeles
couple neighbors
National
complaining
Forest.
about their coverage getting canceled.
And there's going to be quite a few people out, it seems like. It's heavily
You
traveled
know what?
trail
I
that
have
I've
not
never
been
on.
hearing. I've had the volume down.
And yeah, this is exciting. It's cool to
That's all right.
plan this with your older
Anything
sister and make it happen.
audio
So,
wise on those last
be a
clips.
fun morning, and we'll see what this trail brings.
This is, I thought I'd
My
share
sister,
this. This gives you an
used to
idea
hike this
of
trail
the area. Eaton Canyon.
on our own sometimes. We were talking about how that could be a little sketchy. But she's a tough cookie, so.
This was a fun day. Got to get out with my older sister, and
Palm
she
trees.
was actually doing a lot of hiking.
Yeah, I wish I could be able to tell you like all the different
And
species of trees.
I'm like,
I'm not there yet.
we gotta get out.
A little
Let's
better.
do it. And we got out there this one day, and
But I do like to see like
got up the
different
mountain.
terrains, you know, different areas.
Yeah,
Do you know what this
this
is
is
here? See benches.
there's several other areas
Something
that we've
for
hiked.
or dogs
We
or
might
something. Little
talk
dog
about
park.
haunted forest. We call it haunted forest, or they call it enchanted forest, and that's where the old Cobb Estate. That's what it's, I guess, really called.
Got the little cactus,
And there's
little
remnants
olives.
of an old structure there. I guess it's an old mansion.
I wonder, are
that
those
used to
the
be there.
edible ones? You know.
Oh yeah.
And I forget who owned it at first. Maybe Cobb, whoever Cobb was.
Yeah, I
right?
like nopales. Are you
Yes.
into them? Yeah.
I've had some good nopales.
Yeah. How'd you did you have it with like eggs? Sometimes they do scrambled egg.
It was more como like a salsita.
Yeah. Oh, nice. And the salsa, that'd be real good.
I'll turn that down a little bit so I could finish talking about this structure that's over at the Cobb Estate. It's just like the base of the structure, and I hear the Freemasons, Pasadena, I believe Freemasons owned it for a bit there in the early 1900s, if I'm not mistaken.
Pasadena, right?
Yes.
And then the Marx brothers, they say, ended up buying it after that.
Here, they didn't open the gates yet. That guy has.
And then after that, I believe they sold it to the city of Pasadena or something like that. I'm not quite sure, but it goes something like that.
I don't know if a little arroyo runs through there. You're good, Barbie. Barbie's trying to dodge.
There it is, Eaton Canyon.
We'll get her on camera, y'all.
And who knows if all that's still there. I'm not sure exactly what's burned.
Try to tighten this selfie stick. I see it.
And so, yeah, they were talking about a fire in Studio City as well. And that started, I guess it was, I don't know if it was tonight at some point, and sounds like it was like contained, but yeah, I was watching a video of the news, and one of the ladies was describing that she heard what sounded like gunshots at first, and then there's a big sis there.
Look at that.
And then she noticed her neighbor's house was on fire,
On top of it or something.
and I think it got close to their place, and there were some hills with, brush and stuff like that. So got pretty out of control, and I think
Trail
that
through there.
building might have burned down or some
Like
sort
a
of
nature walk,
structure.
some benches back there.
A couple of
Nice.
structures got consumed there.
Is that a sock up there? Sorry about that.
Sasquatch sock.
Up there?
It's pretty high up.
Yeah.
I look for things like that.
That's a little funny.
Bigfooting.
I found like shoes and stuff like that. And remember
Look for things
the shoes on the
stuck
power
high up.
lines?
Yes.
You know, and they say that supposedly those are like where they sold drugs and stuff like that. I always wanted to throw a pair of those shoes up on the power
Yeah,
lines, but I
someone hung a pair
I
of
think we
those.
might have
There's some
tried
like
as
Air
kids,
Force
but I
Ones
don't know if we ever got it up there.
hanging outside
There's a
here
huge
on the
spider
power
climb right
lines.
there.
But I don't think any
But I remember
activity
finding,
like that is going on here.
By Misu's dad's house, at the bottom, there's this area, and this is like in the mountains, right? And there's this one tree. There's an area where they have a bench and everything. You can hang out. There's a trail where you could go hiking and everything. It's really nice, but it's kind of sketchy. Some sketchy people do hang out there. Okay. And this is like outside of the town of Weaverville. And there's this tree there that has a bunch of shoes.
And we will be
there.
up for a little bit tonight,
Yeah,
so
but
just a
then
heads
I don't
up.
think it's like one of those
Don't feel
spots
like
where, you know, people, funny weird little plastic leaner there.
you need to hang out for the whole live or anything like that.
Who
I know
knows what goes on
everyone
there,
needs to
but,
get their rest.
It was just weird.
No, rest is important.
You know, I'm always looking for like stick structures and stuff like that. There was a weird tree that was broken off, and it was shoved in between two other trees, so it made it look like two X's. You know, and the X's are something we'll look for, right?
Right.
And so that was across the little creek from there, from that tree. And I don't know, I was just thinking kind of weird. Seemed a little spooky to me.
Right.
You were gonna say something?
Yeah, remember I sent you pictures of the little rocks?
The rock stack.
The rock stack, it's here.
Oh, all right. Yeah, cool. There's a huge rock stack. And yeah, my sister.
Years.
Yeah, you sent me that years ago.
Greetings, Roger.
It was a cool rock stack.
Checking out Eaton Canyon
probably,
here.
You know, from all the
This is
people that
the
hike
location
here,
of one of the current fires out here in Southern California right now. Just giving you guys an idea of what the area looks like. And we had recently hiked it. I believe it was last year sometime.
We're on dirt here off the gravel. Benches here.
And for my sister, I call it a hike, but really, you know, I'm squatching. Look, this critter doesn't litter. Right on.
Benches there. I'm zoomed in.
Yeah, no problem, Latchkey. You rest up, bro. We're just gonna rock this little life. You could always watch this whenever. No pressure, man.
Grills, huh?
Yeah, prayers to you and yours. And we're out here, brother. Tap in.
And those are residential areas out there. Some more houses through there. Got some major power lines cut through the area.
I love how you feel like waves of fresh, cold air and
the
then waves
warm.
of warm.
I'm feeling that right now. Nice. Yeah, I like that too. That's a huge tree there.
That's a thick trunk.
Yeah, it's huge, huh?
You on the night owl shit?
Oh, yeah.
Woo.
So I've learned to appreciate other
Right
big
on.
trees too. When I see them now, I'm like, oh man, you're a big tree. Some old growth. Learn to appreciate the old growth. So I like the redwoods. I get like a grandmother feel from them. You know, been around so long. So like a little arroyo cuts through there, huh? Beetle. Looks like maybe water.
It does.
Water.
There's a waterfall up there. I mean,
Yeah,
I know
okay,
that.
yeah. So my sister was saying there's a waterfall up this way too. Actually, Steve and I think, went to it.
To the waterfall?
Yeah.
Probably yes.
Yeah. So we decided not to take that trail. And actually, I didn't take much video of that time too. I took a little bit of video. No pressure. We flow with it. But that time is because a lot of times these videos, I don't. This type of stuff, I'll cut out because people are like, oh, well, show us the Bigfoot stuff, or they want the meat and potatoes.
Cuando llueve mucho, this gets flooded with water. You have to. It's like,
watch out for like flash flood type deal. Yeah. So my sister's saying when it rains, yeah, you gotta watch out for like flash floody type conditions. See all this deserty brush, and we got some water here. This is cool.
Oh, you see, this is it right here.
Okay.
Because we're gonna have to cross this. Usually it's dry.
Dry, right? Yeah.
So we're gonna have to cross this to get to the other side.
And it seems like because of the hurricane or with the little storm, we got some water out here, y'all. So this is good, And so I've talked about Sasquatch activity. Oh, he's getting wet. Looks like we're gonna get wet here, y'all. Balance on this log. You trying to figure it out? Nice. Look at that. That's even pulling up right there. And Southern California has been drought for years. California, period, right? So to see this, I mean, this is nice. This is what it should look like. And so, this would be something to follow if you're bigfooting. You take your time. We're not
It
watching.
is a pretty
Barbie.
place, and
You let me know if you need
yeah,
help.
who knows
get
now
on
how
your
much
knees
of
if you
it
have to.
is left.
Shit. You take your time. Thing is not to get hurt. But yeah, I would definitely be interested in following the water. I know some people don't believe that, water sources and cryptids or I think it's a thing. I've noticed that. Tracks. That looks almost like a bear track there. It could be raccoon or something, but see that? Shit, swim across if you need to, Barbie. That looks like dog there. It could be wrong, who knows? Mm-hmm.
And so there is water in the area, but still very dry.
All right. Yeah, no, I wasn't trying to get wet either. Shit. Something about wet socks. Oh, this is a bummer. Look, with a bear, like probably bear or something. Yeah, I was looking at some tracks over there. It looked like a bear print. tracks around here. Make sure we're not taking a picture here. Photo bombing anyone's.
Right?
Like a little stick lean right there. Good.
Yeah, so this is still at the base of the mountain.
Probably someone's hiking stick, but
Forget how many miles it is to the top. It's not too far, but it's quite a hike.
looks like a little hangout area in there. So it'd be interesting to ask some of these residents around here if they hear or see anything weird or strange, you know? Yeah, these are cool little hangout spots during the sun, you know, during the day if it's hot or something. Get some shade under there for sure. And I'm sure we get deer down here and all that stuff. You ever see deer around? You get deer at your place?
No, we don't.
Okay.
We do get hares. And I've seen some here too, like the rabbits.
Yeah. Yeah, because right behind my sister's place is a hill. We were just talking about the family of raccoons
at
that are
this
back.
Eaton fire, there was some
There's a water,
interesting
you see a bunch of rocks.
footage that was
Yeah.
being posted onto
Nice. I like the
TikTok
sound.
and Instagram. I wasn't able to find it on YouTube, and then I got people sending me stuff. And it was Fox News
Raccoons
Live
are back, and it
at the
seems
Eaton fire here last
they
night,
seem to be aggressive. My sister said
and
because
people
they got a little one.
seen an object fly an unidentified flying object zip across the screen.
A little hangout area
And
in there.
so someone sent me a clip, and I
Like
made a little short. You could check that out. It's posted on the channel, or sure you'll probably find it on those other platforms I mentioned. I did. Did I?
So I didn't see. I wonder.
I don't think I shared any of
This is
that.
part
But
of the Angeles National Forest, and it is the San Gabriel Mountains, but I didn't see any signs up front that said anything. Maybe it did, but
and yeah, it's
I know
interesting.
technically, I think
Like the clip earlier where I was talking
8.9.
about checking for anomalies. I was checking for anything
I wonder why they have
of
that
those sorts.
like a rut or something.
'Cause there's a belief that objects
A lot of
sometimes
cover
appear
down
over, natural
Easily
disasters
die.
or disasters or
And bears and
wars,
mountain lion
right?
are known to
I
come down
guess
into these
big
areas, to
events,
the back
you
of
could
people's
say.
houses. Some scat, maybe dog. I'm thinking.
Do we?
So they're coming
Yeah, it
down.
doesn't tell me how many people are in here, I don't think, but
We're kicking rocks over here. This shit happens all the time. Let me tell you, living on the hill,
if we
living
got
on the
someone
hill,
else other
you're
than
constantly fucking
Woo
falling.
Riders and
Nothing's
Roger,
coming by.
welcome.
So,
We're looking at one of the fire areas right now. But this obviously is on a different occasion.
yeah, I can't tell you how many times I've taken spills, and I told you recently here too at the house I was taking a
And that
cleaning
video clip
product
of
to
the
the back,
UFO we'll check
and
out
then
here in a second. Let's load that up.
it's like
As you
group
can
of
see,
runners. Mom sent me
it's an area where a lot of
TikToks
people,
of those US
go hike,
runners.
run,
I
walk.
think they won some stuff. Didn't really pay attention. I checked it
And I'm
out
not
though.
sure about the containment on this particular fire either. I heard it was over 10,000 acres, I believe. and there's been 5 fatalities from the Eaton fire. So condolences to those families,
I
and
forgot what I was
yeah,
saying.
how unfortunate. Hopefully we don't get any
You know, it's
more numbers.
people that
Um,
pick up their dog poop, but then they
you're
leave
saying
the
9?
bag there.
Yeah.
Is it up to 9 now? And if so, I wonder if that's out of the Eaton fire as well. I was mentioning that I believe there's communities way
So did
deeper
you ever see that video?
in the mountains
It
there.
was on the news. There was this guy over in La
And
Cañada,
riders, they initially reported
and he
3,000
was
acres,
behind
and it
like a
was
YMCA
way
that's
off
there,
and
and he got
mainstream
a video of what
corrected.
looks like almost like a little baby monkey like going through the trees.
No.
Yeah, and of course up there we've gone like searching, exploring for stuff, and had found some interesting structures and whatnot up there, like way up further up the mountain. But let's stick there. I don't know. Is that part looks like a lean, huh?
Yeah.
They dragged it right there. It looks like. Anyway, I was like, yeah, a monkey. I was like, all right, well, either someone, had a monkey and it got away or something like that, or you know what else I was thinking? I was like, oh, is that a baby Bigfoot? I think someone had, brought that video to my attention, and yeah, it was. I thought it was really interesting.
All right. So that was a nice look at Eaton Canyon. And right here, we're going to go ahead and load up.
Zips across the screen out of range. I don't know what we all just witnessed. I wasn't the only one that saw it. There are many other people online that have screen recorded this. It is.
All right. So hopefully you saw that there. Here, let's remove me from it. Run it again.
And it zips across the screen out of range. I don't know what we all just witnessed. I wasn't the only one that saw it. There are many other people online that have screen recorded this. It is.
So did you all see that? Not sure if anyone in the YouTube streets here had caught that today or last night. D says, yeah. What do you think about it? Think it's legit? Is it a UFO? Is it maybe some sort of projectile coming out of due to the fire? Run it. Rewind. Run it again.
And it zips across the screen out of range. I don't know what we all just witnessed. I wasn't the only one that saw it. There are many other people online that have screen recorded this. It is.
I thought it was pretty interesting. And it seems to comes from up in here. Drop a comment. Anyone checking this out later, let me know what you think about that. Looks like a UFO. We can't identify it. So as long as video is legit. Then you mean maybe it could be a projectile from explosion from the fire, right? Yeah. We gotta put our logical caps on and put that out there for sure. I can see that. But I would imagine if it was a projectile due to the fire, maybe we'd see it like land, and maybe you'd see some sort of reaction. Not quite an explosion, but take a look one more time here. You could hear the city in the background there. Some traffic. All right, let's take a look at something else I had pulled up. Give me a second here. All right. So let's check out this Eaton fire. So here's another map showing the Eaton fire. And I'm thinking all this, I mean, I'm not sure. I'm thinking, is this all this red area? Is that what's burned? Or is that just what's the Eaton Canyon area? I'm not too sure. The flames here. Up here you could see Angeles Forest, San Gabriel Wilderness area. So if that fire, I mean, this is all the fuel for the fire back here. And luckily the winds have calmed down quite a bit. So that's why I thought it was pretty weird that the fires today started, because I don't think it was as windy as it was the night before. Here's a train, y'all. All aboard. So you've seen similar looking objects just like that. So a video from South America a few weeks back. Interesting. And yeah, I've seen stuff like that before too. You know, it's looks like one of those familiar things. All right. What else we got here? Let's see. Here's the Studio City one. Fire breaks out inside Studio City home and spreads to nearby brush. Then we'll pause that. Let's see. Hopefully we don't get in trouble for that. Video was kind of playing on its own there. Can't imagine losing a house like that with fire. One day all good, then lose everything. I really feel bad for those people. I hope government helps out, man. Definitely. And it's a trip because the night before last, before all this started, I feel you on that. I was touching on what were we talking about? We were the night of the Bigfoot report. Let's see here. I think my camera stopped tracking me. Let's see if we could activate it again. Gotta give it the hand gesture. Right over here. happened last time too. It's like it took a break. We'll just manually adjust it here. Uh, that'll work. Yeah, the night of the recent Bigfoot report, we're touching on a Bigfoot report out of Humboldt County, and it was an area that I know very well. And I was touching on the area, and I was actually sharing clips from the area. And the time that we were there was a huge fire, the Red Salmon Complex fire. And we got it, we touched on that. And the following day, all this stuff started happening down here. It was just like, whoa. It really makes you think when things happen like that. It's almost like you had this uh feeling. Just had to touch on that. And then another thing was that today, this morning, premiere by the YouTube channel My Lunch Break, which touches on the old world subject. And one of the themes right now in that topic is the fire, theme, and how it keeps coming up uh during uh the narratives of these structures. So it's like a weird anomaly. And yeah, I think there's definitely something there. And so the premiere was all on these fires in these old world buildings. And yeah, at the same time, we had these fires going on here. And it makes you wonder what types of structures may have been lost like that are from the old world. So yeah, it'd be interesting to look at these areas here with those eyes, see if there's anything there. I would imagine maybe out in the Palisades there might be some things there. Um, I know the grounds of the Getty Museum caught fire, but I don't think the structure, any of that, was burnt. So, and inside of that museum, I don't know exactly what's in there, but I know there's some interesting things. So lucky there that they might have dodged that bullet. What do we have here? Let's see.
All
All
right,
right.
a little footage from near the house here. Got this tree. It's like pretty much broken there. Over here,
Oh, you can get it in.
whole neighborhood's blacked out over here. It's been pretty crazy on this street. Can't see here. DWP is down that way. Maybe we'll get some footage from over there.
Street lights are out down that way too. Pretty dangerous. And a lot of people aren't stopping at the at the lights where the lights are out. So be careful out there, folks, if you're driving in these areas. Um, and yeah, I didn't mention. Did I mention we got power back? That's why we're on live here too now. Thank goodness we lost power yesterday about a little past 7 p.m. And luckily, I had a few things here, power packs. Most of my stuff was charged. So, yeah, it wasn't too bad. And yeah, I've been through several fire situations up in Northern California. And it's just, yeah, it's a different beast up there, especially when you're up in the hills. It's scary stuff. There was one time we were on our land, and across the hill, we seen a lightning strike, and smoke started coming up, and
All
yeah,
right,
it was a
little
scary moment.
footage from near the house here. Got this tree.
So the neighbor
It's like
actually
pretty much
right
broken
here at the
there.
corner had a generator going, and nobody else
Over
did.
here, it's like the transformer just blew out. See if it happens again. Just seen a big old flash.
And I do have a small generator, thanks to bro. Back up in Oregon, we got a bunch of them up there. We were talking about that the other night as well. Uh, yeah, those things definitely come through. And here's a local coyote. This is before the fire, the night before the fires. Just a little bonus wildlife clip there. All right. Let's see. Let me close this window here. There's another. Let's see. The Silmar fire. Let's check that out. And so they're calling it the Hirsch fire. You can see it up in this area. And I wanted to actually pull the map up closer, but I think we've seen it maybe in the first map. And Hearst kind of reminds me of is it the Hearst Castle? Wonder if that has anything to do with this area being called Hearst. Let's see. Have any other videos lined up that I wanted to check out? Yeah, the rest is just more hiking. Further up the mountain there.
Yeah, up and down for sure. You know, a lot of
Magneticus,
human traffic, but if you're a creature or a
right?
critter, a Sasquatch or something, or a bear, we did mention about how bear and mountain lion do come
Trading.
down to these foothills and end up in people's backyards. So why wouldn't anything else?
So it is pretty rocky, you know.
If I were a
Not,
Sasquatch close to a major
not
city like
really
this, I'd be curious. I'd
too
come down into
forested.
edges of town and check things out, right? And they're known to do that in rural places too. So, but yeah, no, we're hearing more reports. I don't know how true it is, but like I heard in the Detroit area that they're starting to get a lot of reports of them being in suburban areas. Yep. And I've even heard stuff as far as that they've been squatting in abandoned houses, okay?
All right. Here's another map of the Runyon Canyon fire. And they're also, I guess they're calling it the Sunset Fire. Here are the Hollywood Hills here. Griffith Park Observatory is over this way. There's Laurel Canyon. So the Palisades would be down here somewhere. And yeah, just a lot of homes in that area, all up in the hills there. So I'm imagining a bunch of people being evacuated out of there also. Good morning, Selena. Just kind of talking the fire situation out here. Showing a couple clips of one of the areas earlier. We were checking out the possible UFO that people seen during the live at this at one of the locations of the fire. Not sure if you caught all that. And just doing a little live here that we got power back. So just touching base. Let's see. All right. Magneticus. FYI, don't seek shelter under a buffalo in the rain. Japanese fugo. Is that the puffer fish? Kaiju. What's up, man? Yeah, definitely. We had a latchkey hustle here earlier, and unfortunately, his mom lost her place. We're talking another friend of ours that lives in the Eaton Canyon area. That's the area we were checking out a little earlier. Uh, Whoops. Let's see. There we go. And I believe she got evacuated.
So is that? I wondered. Look, is that a fire? Like a little
So this is the
fire
top of
tower?
Eaton Canyon
What's
out
that
here,
there?
I think it has a sign in front.
Huh.
and
Most
there's
visitor
actually a
information.
firehouse,
Street Division.
I
Hendra
believe.
Flats.
Let's see. There's a fire truck, but yeah, there's some sort of let's say like a fire station there.
Restrooms. Bulletin boards. Empty.
Ooh, okay.
It's just like an old firehouse. Let's watch for horses. Hitch trail. Oh, see Mount Wilson. Toll road. Protected with 24-hour video surveillance. This is preview. That's released. Looks pretty empty in there.
1988, your uncle's resort almost burned in the forest fire.
Signs.
Oh man,
supplies and stuff. Look at that old little cart.
scary stuff.
Wheelbarrow. Other mining stuff back there. You see this, Barbie? This stuff over here? It's like old mining
Things like the
stuff.
stuffed buffalo were loaded in a horse trailer. Magneticus.
See the little cart?
That's so cool.
Huh.
And like a tunnel through there, ¿verdad?
Mm-hmm. Or yeah, maybe there was a mine right there. Like
Looks like it.
yeah.
It's like boarded up now, but you can see like there's a hole.
An entrance. So yeah, I guess they call that the portal sometimes when you go in, or I think there's some other terms. But look, is this an old bike or something? Or no, it's like a wheelbarrow type
Yeah,
deal or some
wheelbarrow.
sort of tool. Very cool. Got a fire truck. Here's another cart. Very cool. Not sure what that is. That's an old piece of something. And at the Oregon house, see, there's a few other structures back there. You got to check out because I told you we have 3 gold mines there,
Yeah.
and it's on an old stagecoach. So you know when they were doing the Oregon
This
Trail,
is
the little game, the
last
Oregon
year. I'm
Trail,
gonna say early
all
last
that.
year.
They would those stagecoaches is where they would stop and I guess supplies or rest and all that stuff, or get robbed or I don't know. They got a bigger cart here. Some idiot rode on it. But that's cool. Actually, there's a lot of like the hobos and stuff and train hoppers. They have their own little graffiti
Okay.
that they do also. Look at this. It's a giant sequoia. How about that? And I don't know. Well, see, I know the redwoods. It's weird going back to these trees and learning and what. But the sequoias are one of the biggest,
Right.
or if not the biggest in the world,
Yes.
also. So and I think the redwoods are part of the sequoia family, if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken, and all that. But this is, and I'm sure I've maybe seen them before, but I've never really been able to tell. So this is awesome. I'll go ahead and give it a hug too. Excuse me. There you go, Barbie. And I want to go to the redwoods with my sister. I've been trying to get her up there forever. More equipment there. And it looked like a tiny little barn next to that. Maybe we'll go check that out. What's this here? It's an oak. So I really like oak trees too. I'm learning all the different. It's an Engelmann oak. Yeah, see, check that out. See, that stuff I've learned to pay attention to now. Is just like old stuff like they usually pass. I was like, what the hell is that? Some old,
You want me to come up here and not notice what you noticed?
right? I'm sure there's a bunch of other stuff around us that we don't pay attention to that are probably really cool too, but just don't put our attention to it. So I guess.
Oh yeah, I don't know if we get that out here, up north for sure.
Nature trail. Yep. Rattlesnakes. Get that sign there. Yesterday I was watching a premiere. Some guys from Mendocino. And they're growers and they're showing their whole thing. And they get rattlesnakes on their property too. And we would get them too.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. And I told you I've had rattlesnake tacos.
No.
Yeah, we made tacos. We made a belt out of it.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we seasoned it with salt, rock salt, and it just, dried up. And I guess one of the kids took it, the owner of the property's kids took it, but we made tacos with the meat.
Wow.
And it was like whitefish.
Really?
Yeah, it has a lot of bones, a lot of little espinas bones. But very good, anything in a tortilla and some
Yes.
salsa.
That's
Woo.
it.
There's that structure there. I wonder how long that's been around. And I wonder if that's another sequoia there. It has a little sign. Go take a look. And if it is, then maybe we're learning more about trees here. Looks a little shabby, this one, but well, maybe it could be that it's not in its normal habitat or whatever, I don't think SoCal is really there. They're more of a up north. And yeah, so I've learned about there's a Japanese redwood too, you know that?
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's the only other. Ooh, California redbud. We love buds. And look, it has a little, what do you call it?
The sign, the little.
What do you call that? QR code.
Uh-huh.
That's so cool. Ooh. Ooh, cedar. I love cedar. Incense cedar, eh? So I wonder if that's the Palo Santo.
Oh, I wonder.
I don't know. Someone's gonna correct me, be like, give this cedar a hug. Get a picture. Barbie wants to get a picture. Just
Okay, hold on.
get her.
Right there. There you go. Okay.
So
Yeah,
I
there's
wonder
this
what's
other
gonna
cedar
happen.
up in Oregon. I did a little video on it too. It's a Port Orford cedar. And it
The
grows in like
firefighters
Mount
up there, I don't know
Shasta
if they
area
stay
and
up
then
there or
along the
not.
coast of Oregon. I forget
Oh,
what
nice.
spot exactly. Very cool looking tree. And then they also had, it was some type of redwood. I got you on video. I got the evidence. She's a tree hugger.
I am a
I
tree
knew it.
Deep down, you knew I was a tree.
Yes. So I'm going to take you up north.
Yes.
It's,
Never come back. I
hmm,
don't want to stay.
it's like someone was oiling some stuff up. Little bonsai, something. It's cool. Private residence. So maybe this is a firehouse and the firefighters stay there.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Yeah. You know, back in the day, the tree huggers were out here too. San Francisco, LA. You hear about what is it, Laurel Canyon and all that. It's all over that way. Well, we're here at the propane tank. So cool. And it looks like they chopped some of their own wood here too. I wonder if they have a fireplace or something. You would think firefighters. You like fireplaces, Barbie? And all, you know, we always, all our houses have had.
Fireplace.
Yeah. And we have a firewood season where you got to go chop up wood or down trees.
Yes.
And you let them sit there, season for a year.
Okay.
And then the next year you could chop it up and use it.
Oh.
It's all things that us city folk don't usually, learn or do. But
Definitely, Selena.
living out in the country or living out in the hills have
Yeah, no.
definitely taught me that stuff.
Right?
What's up?
The fireplace here is more for,
You think decorate?
like, no, they could just have it because they want it, but up north and stuff, or the places where you really need it, it's like a necessity.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, I totally get you. Yeah, for sure. Looks like possibly more residents here. See a bench back there. Anywhere else you want to take me while we're up here? Looks like the road keeps going and
The
it takes you
road
to
does.
Mount Wilson, it says. So, and I think Mount Wilson, we went up to Mount Wilson last time. We're up at the observatory. Did you see? I don't know. Did you see I went up to the observatory?
Yeah, I see all your stuff.
Uh-huh. And so that's going to be like so from here, Highway 2, it's not too far, but I'm thinking it's like a next mountain over for sure. Did you guys see that? We love nurseries. And see that one there is a ponderosa, Barbie. See that tree right there?
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
And usually I'm able to tell by the bark,
Uh-huh. Take a picture.
Mm-hmm. I like the name, but I don't know what it means, but.
Yeah, well, they watch Bonanza a lot.
Okay.
The Ponderosa.
I knew I would hear it somewhere. There's that sequoia too. So leave a marker there or something. I want to go to Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Park.
Okay, where's that?
Sure.
Where's
So
that?
that's up north,
Okay.
and that's in like close to Yosemite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
we've never been to Yosemite.
You've never done Yosemite.
So,
We need to get you up there.
yeah.
I've done it a couple times, but we didn't go hardcore. We did more of the valley floor, did some of the hikes up to some of the spots there, but some of those hikes were pretty gnarly. You gotta
Okay.
definitely
All
gear
aboard.
up for it. I kind of was dressed a little heavy, I think, for the time, but it was cold, so.
Mhm.
Very cool, Barbie. Thank you so
Oh my
much.
gosh. Next time, let's come a little early. Nos vamos.
Yeah, we keep
See
going or
where it
whatever.
takes us, yeah.
Yeah, we'll be hitting other trails. Um, really happy to bring all you along. And I always wondered, you know, from the bottom of the city, I look up here, I'm like, oh, what's that top
Now
right
you
there?
know.
What? Yeah, here we are. So, and so we'll be sharing this with you guys. Little exploration. And once again, we're in the Pasadena area also. Altadena is not too far. Happy rising.
Eaton Canyon once again, and this is the
Yeah, San Gabriel
location of one of the
Mountains,
current fires in Southern California.
Angeles National Forest.
Where shall we go next?
Yeah, well, I want to go back in. There's a place over, so it's Highway 2,
Okay.
and it's called the Devil's Canyon, I think it is.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know what they say about all these places with Devil, Diablo? They seem to be like a hot spot for some of these strange missing person cases
Oh,
and just
really?
a lot of weird, bizarre stuff. And you know, people obviously, I question too, is like, why? How did it get those names?
Yeah.
Why? You know, it's pretty weird. So definitely something there, I believe. I always look for tracks here too. I know someone who's found tracks. I don't know, somewhere around here. It was the San Gabriel's, I believe, or it could have been further down in San Bernardino. But Steve also said he found a track once, and he didn't get a picture. I don't know if he got a picture or what, or video or anything. I haven't seen it, but I don't know what the deal was. But you know, he does a lot of hiking with his friend,
Yes.
all up and down around here. That was over at Crystal Lake. Have you been?
No?
No. Happy rising. Happy rising. And give you guys another view of the flatlands. Slow pan. That was kind of quick. Sorry. So the ocean, the beach, and all that's way out there.
Magnetic
Wow, madness is that?
a copy of the Encyclopedia
Yeah.
Britannica.
You're gonna have to send me that one. Yeah. I usually get my own pics, but I'm recording, so.
The gates of heaven.
Ah, yes. Welcome. You hear that?
It was that day.
Woo. Thank you, Ja.
It was out.
Beautiful Sunday, beautiful start. We're gonna smash the rest of the day. It's gonna be great. How do you feel? She said no words.
Great.
Awesome. Yeah, love you, Barbie.
I love you.
Yeah, this is a good time, man. Share with the family.
All right. Yeah. So we'll see what happens here with that fire there. Derek said the count went up to 9, so there has been a loss of life, and unfortunate once again. Yeah, I'm glad to bring you all along on these explorations. Here's another clip there too.
That guy smashing down on his bike. That should be fun.
It took us like an hour or
Here's
so to
downtown
get up
LA.
here.
Ooh, smoke shop should be somewhere on the left side there. Be there later today. My sister and I decided to come out for a hike. We did this several months back, but not on this trail. But we followed through, and here we are. So we're bringing y'all along. Nature walk, bigfooting hike. Yeah, because anytime I get out to areas like this, I'm always looking for sign, anything, any clues. And just being able to frequent these areas more is great, because we've lived around here for a long time and never really,
Outrageous.
right, took advantage of these things you got. Mountains, how long did it take to get here from the house?
Maybe 15 minutes?
15 minutes to the mountains, and you go what, maybe 20 with no traffic to the beach. 25,
Maybe 25,
30
minutes.
the most.
So yeah, really
You're
not
at the
that
beach.
far from where I'm
And
at
just
now.
being,
And
I guess you could say, landlocked in the city sometimes. Man, I'm sure there's some people that don't get out of their own neighborhoods, you know?
And that's a fact.
Yeah. And it's just like some of the hill folk, you know, up in the hills. There's some of those people that haven't come down or
No.
been into like the bigger towns in
No.
years. Yeah, there's one guy I talked to, he's like, oh, I haven't been to Eureka in 10 years. I'm like,
Wow.
geez.
Yeah, it's easy to get comfortable
yeah, right on, Kaiju.
in one
You have a
spot.
good night too, bro.
Yeah, what do you call it? Creatures of habit.
Yes, and I'm very much one of those.
we are, you know, so. And even though this is our thing, we should be doing this more and everything, but today we broke that habit.
That's right.
What's this, a little landing pad for UFOs or something? Uh-huh.
And I'm gonna check
Sun's about
here
to rise over there. Look.
for anything else. Let's see. Yeah, I think we got everything covered as far as
Right there.
Notice my
maps.
phone's a little floppy, look. And I see what it is. I had crazy glued it because it broke. Looks like I might have to redo it
Are they
too.
bugs, really?
I don't know, either bugs or orbs. It's kind of
and
weird, huh?
bugs.
Yeah.
Kind of got our attention there. All right, we're gonna pull out here. So yeah, a little view of
That's
the
a good
Eaton
question,
Canyon
Barbie.
area there.
They are looking kind of orby.
Let's see,
This is great.
how do I
Here, let me get.
pause that? Mileage marker. Yeah, not sure. Yeah, Kaiju checking out there. So yeah, still very smoky. A lot of ash has been coming in. I keep my windows open. And yeah, quite a bit of ash has still been coming in. Still smells like a campfire outside. And actually, there was one more thing. Let's see. Where'd you go? Here we go. Oops, we'll turn that music down. So I kind of made a little movie because I haven't figured out how to upload pictures yet. But earlier tonight, we're at 7-Eleven and they had gotten their power back. So they were open for business. Went in, grabbed a few things, and pumped a little gas. And as soon as I finished pumping gas, the place went black again, blacked out. Lights were out, and yeah, pretty weird. Then after that, my nephew actually was informing us that downtown was having a fire. So he has this little map here. I'm not sure exactly what app this is. You could see some fire spots throughout the downtown area. And fires are pretty common, and a lot of it, due to the homeless and stuff. Sometimes they'll start fires. I would imagine maybe to keep warm or you know maybe cook or something, and maybe those get out of control sometimes. But yeah. Then he shared this clip, and this is downtown. Not exactly sure where, but there you got a firefighter fighting this fire here. You can see looks like some trees. I don't know if those are palm trees, it looks like. And I'm not sure what else is catching fire there. I don't know if it's all just trees and stuff there. And no details on this one. Um, but definitely something to keep an eye on, especially if the fires are starting inside of the city. It is, it's scary also because, even in the city, even if there's no uh, dry plant matter in the area, there's still, flammable stuff, and that could definitely get out of control. So, a shout out to all the firefighters out there doing their thing. And yeah, prayers out to them as well. Big thank you for what they do. And yeah, a lot of times they're the first ones on scene. So yeah, that's what we got for the California fire situation tonight. Just wanted to pull up a few things, tap in with everyone while we were back on the grid. So that's a good thing. We're gonna shut it down here. Pretty much shared everything I had there. I want to thank you all for tapping in and coming along. And again, we send out the good thoughts, prayers, vibes to everyone out there that needs it, and to those going through this situation here now. You all take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and we will be in touch. We'll check in tomorrow and see how things are going out here. We'll give you another update. And for now, we say good night.